Greetings, Mavericks and new viewers. Tonight, direct and live from the Maverick News Network World Studios. This is Maverick News with Rick Walker.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Maverick News channel. A horrific car attack in Britain today. Many people run over. We have that for you tonight. While the King arrives in Canada for a historic visit and tomorrow's speech from the throne, and Vladimir Putin responding to Trump's comments on Ukraine in the wake of the largest missile and drone attack against Ukraine from Russia over the past few days since the beginning of the war in Ukraine. Trump calling Putin crazy. And we'll tell you how the Kremlin has responded. Stay with me. We have a lot to dig into tonight. Thanks for stopping in. We'll start to unpack it all on the other side of this.
Greetings, brave Mavericks. Our quest for truth continues. We go beyond fake news. Together we expose propaganda. Together we pull others out of rabbit holes. We are maverick thinkers. We are all unique individuals, defenders of individual rights and freedoms, credible, trusted, grounded in reality. Maverick News, defending free speech. Donate at freedomreporters.com. Do it now. Tomorrow may be too late. Maverick News. The world is watching.
Okay, so we have video of this incident in Britain. Some earlier this afternoon, a car drove into a crowd of pedestrians during a victory parade for Liverpool FC's Premier League victory. This was happening on Water Street. Merseyside police have confirmed that a number of people were struck, around 30 individuals treated for injuries or shock at the scene. Emergency services, including ambulances and police, have responded swiftly, and the area has been cordoned off. A 53-year-old white British man from Liverpool area has been arrested in connection with the incident. Police are not currently treating this as a terror-related event, but the Northwest Counterterrorism Unit is supporting the investigation as a precaution to establish the motive behind the collision. Witnesses described chaotic scenes with crowds attempting to stop the vehicle by banging on his windows. One onlooker narrowly escaped with his daughter as the car came through the crowd, and we have video of that. Now, viewer discretion advised. This is very graphic, so I'll give you just a moment before I run this. We are literally about to show you images here, video of this vehicle striking people in the crowd. So be forewarned. Please be aware this is very graphic. Here we are. And this is what it looked like.
Oh my God! God, Allah. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck? Fucking kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Oh my.
So Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the scenes appalling and has said he is being kept updated, while Liverpool FC expressed their thoughts and prayers for those affected. The investigation is ongoing. Police are urging anyone with information to come forward, and we'll bring you further updates as the story continues to develop. For now, authorities are asking the public to avoid that area around Water Street, and this is a developing story, so stay tuned for more on that. Now, today also, Mark Carney did meet with the King, who is now in Canada, has arrived for a historic trip to Canada. King Charles III, Queen Camilla arrived at Ottawa's Macdonald-Cartier International Airport around 1:15 Eastern today, greeted with a ceremonial welcome by Governor General Mary Simon, Prime Minister Mark Carney, and Indigenous leaders. The royal couple wasted no time heading straight to Lansdowne Park, where they mingled with local artisans, vendors, the public in a festive atmosphere filled with music and dance. Later at Rideau Hall, the Governor General's residence, they planted a blue beech tree, a nod to Charles's environmental passion and a symbol of Canada's rooted identity. Queen Camilla was also sworn in as a member of the King's Privy Council for Canada, a rare honor that allows her to formally advise the King in his role as Canada's head of state. The day wrapped up with a reception for provincial lieutenant governors and territorial commissioners, reinforcing ties across Canada's regions. This is historic, as I say, and today I'll show you. We do a video of the King meeting with the Governor General, just to give you a video record of the event today ahead of tomorrow's throne speech. This is the way it looked. This visit isn't just ceremonial. It's a bold statement of Canada's sovereignty, especially in response to U.S. President Donald Trump's repeated taunts about Canada becoming the 51st state. As you know, Mark Carney won the recent election, even though we've had a bunch of recounts. Let me just pull that down. And bringing the King here is, I would say, definitely a message being sent to the White House. So it's far more than just ceremonial. This is also somewhat political, highly political. I'll show you. No, not only did Mary Simon sit with the King today, Charles also had audience with the Prime Minister. And this is the way. Yeah. And I need to bring the video up so you can see the way that happened. Here's the photo op of Mark Carney.
The Prime Minister of Canada, the Honourable Mark Carney.
and I have no idea what they're saying because I can't read lips, and there's no good audio on this. It's really just about the message being sent here by just having the two of them meeting. So we're looking ahead really to tomorrow, which is going to be a very significant day. The last time a sovereign did this was Queen Elizabeth II in 1977 during her Silver Jubilee, and before that, in 1957, it's the first time a reigning king will deliver the speech in Ottawa, as King George VI, Elizabeth's father, never did so during his 1939 visit. The speech, written by Carney's government, outlines Canada's legislative agenda and is expected to emphasize sovereignty and resilience amid U.S. tensions. And the king is really, I think his role today by Canadians is largely misunderstood. And he has been left wide open to attack from sovereigntists, from people, especially on the U.S. side, who have their sights set on Canada with false accusations. And in that vein, I am actually working on a special project to counter some of the incorrect, misleading information that is out there regarding the monarchy. And that should be available. I'm hoping it's been a pretty long project, but I'm hoping I'll have that done within the next week, maybe the next few days even. I was hoping to have it done in time for the King's visit, but I can only do so many things at once. So I only have it about, I won't tell you how far along I am, but it's nearing completion. So that is something that is coming up. And this visit of the King also highlights Canada's ties to Indigenous communities, with a Métis musician and an Inuk elder participating in tomorrow's events, reflecting the Crown's treaty relationships, as noted by a former Assembly of First Nations Chief Perry Bellegarde. Now, tomorrow's schedule is equally significant. At 10 a.m., King Charles and Queen Camilla will travel in the state landau, a ceremonial horse-drawn carriage, to the Senate chamber for the speech from the throne. Former prime ministers and governors general will be in attendance, and the speech is expected to address Canada's economic and security plans, particularly in response to U.S. trade pressures. Afterward, the royal couple will lay a wreath at the National War Memorial to mark the 25th anniversary of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, followed by a Royal Canadian Air Force flyby. They'll also engage in a light-hearted moment, dropping the puck at a street hockey game, showcasing Canada's cultural flair. The visit wraps up tomorrow evening, making it a brief but impactful trip. Concerns about King Charles' health, of course, have been in the spotlight since his cancer diagnosis last year, which led to the cancellation of a planned 2024 Canada visit. Buckingham Palace has not disclosed specifics about his condition, but the 76-year-old monarch has resumed public duties, and his trip signals his commitment to his role as King of Canada. The short duration, just 2 days, likely accommodates his health and his increasingly frail condition, I would say, while maximizing symbolic impact. Observers have noted that Charles' recent gestures, like wearing Canadian medals and planting a red maple at Buckingham Palace, show his dedication to Canada despite personal challenges. And I think it's also, again, sending a fairly clear message to the White House, which is a complicated relationship given Donald Trump's apparent desire for expansion of U.S. territory and the rhetoric about Canada becoming the 51st state, and also recognizing that Trump seems to have some affinity for the royal family and the king. He has a soft spot maybe a little jealousy from a president who would, I think, even in his own words, might prefer to be a king rather than just an elected president. King Charles's visit comes at a pivotal moment, reinforcing Canada's constitutional monarchy and national pride in the face of external pressures. While some, particularly in Quebec, question the monarchy's relevance, the visit has sparked renewed discussion about Canada's identity. And we have, I'm sure, some of that going on tonight, even within our family, our Maverick family, our community here. And I'm not even looking in the chat, but I can kind of imagine what some of the comments might be in there tonight. That being said, what is there to say? I think if we lose Canada, we'll miss it when it's gone. And that's my editorial comment at the end of that. So stay with me. More to come right after this.
Greetings, brave Mavericks. Our quest for truth continues. We go beyond fake news. Together we expose propaganda. Together we pull others out of rabbit holes. We are maverick thinkers. We are all unique individuals, defenders of individual rights and freedoms, credible, trusted, grounded in reality. Maverick News, defending free speech, Donate at freedomreporters.com. Do it now. Tomorrow may be too late. Maverick News. The world is watching.
Okay, so have you guys seen this video of Trump saying that Putin has gone crazy? I'm going to run this for you. I didn't get to this last night because we were so focused on, the story we were doing last night. That's all we talked about. But I did share this and post on our Twitter account, where I really need to spend more time. I need to nurture that a little bit more. And I think we could utilize that better as part of our news platform here to keep people updated in between, full-blown evening broadcasts here. So I may focus a little more attention on that and tend to it more judiciously. Here is the clip. This was yesterday after Trump disembarked from Air Force One. Been being asked about Russia's largest attack on Ukraine since the beginning of the war, involving, I've heard, different numbers. I posted last night about 390, I believe. I've heard today as many as 500 Russian drones may have been launched against Ukraine over the last couple of days and over the weekend. And I believe something like 90 some missiles. And these were aimed directly at civilian targets in cities. No question about it. Not targets of military significance. These hit civilian targets in cities. Last night, I posted that a dozen people had been killed, civilians. Tonight, I'm hearing, seeing, reading that as many as 25 civilians in Ukraine may have been killed as a result of this massive attack from Russia. All this while Trump is trying to engage in peace negotiations, and it looks like even Trump's patience is wearing thin.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time. always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
Mr. President, what do you want to do about that?
And I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. We'll see what we're going to do. What am I going to tell you? You're the fake news, aren't you? You're totally fake. All right, any other questions? I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it. That's all I have to say.
Now, on Truth Social, he also echoed those comments and added that, he said he did criticize Zelensky as well, saying that I think I've got the post here actually. Yeah, it's right here. So I'll put that up on the screen for you. And the more important thing today is really what the response is now being from the Kremlin, and I'll show you that in a moment. And here's Trump's post on Truth Social. I've always had a very good relationship with Vladimir Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him in yellow. He has gone absolutely crazy. He is needlessly killing a lot of people, and I'm not just talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I've always said he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. And maybe that's proving to be right. But if he does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia. Likewise, President Zelensky is doing his country no favors by talking the way he does. Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop. This is a war that would never have started if I were president. This is Zelensky's, Putin's, and Biden's war, not Trump's. I'm only helping to put out the big and ugly fires that have been started through gross incompetence and hatred. Analysis? Okay, sure. I'll analyze a little bit. Yeah, Putin seems to have gone crazy, but it happened a long time ago. He has been killing a lot of people. What happened over the weekend in this massive attack is crazy because it's the killing of innocent civilians, not soldiers, not military targets. And I don't know what it's going to take to open up Donald Trump's eyes to this. He seems to have been at a lot of people. Some people just refuse to see what is right in front of them. So what's he going to do about it? He says it's not his war. He says it's Biden's war, Putin's war, and Zelensky's war. Well, no, it's his war. And he says that the war never would have started had he been president. That's also not really accurate because when he was president, you already had a situation where the Russians had already invaded and the civil war was already ongoing. It just hadn't reached a full-blown, full-scale invasion yet. They'd already taken the Donbass. They'd taken Crimea. And they were ramping up and getting ready for the full-scale invasion. And it took Trump quite a while to get them those Javelin missiles. And he talks about that. He says, Obama gave them blankets. I gave them javelins. But the whole time he was there, the war was raging. The Russians characterized it as Ukraine attacking Russian-speaking Ukrainians for no reason, and that's a complete misrepresentation. It was a Russian-backed rebel uprising in the Donbass, and you had a conflict ongoing, and Trump was in power at the time and didn't do anything to de-escalate or defuse. So for him to say the war wouldn't have happened, it was happening already. In fact, this war dates back now about 11 years. So it's just not an accurate representation. And even if it were the case, he wasn't president, so you don't know what would have happened when Biden was in office. He can make all kinds of claims like that, but if I'd been president, that never would have happened. You don't know that. And it's just wearing thin on a lot of people, that statement. And he repeats it over and over and over again. the question is, how do we get to peace? Because these peace talks are not working, and it's pretty clear that Putin has been playing Trump and like a fiddle. And it just goes on and on and on. But things seem to be shifting a little bit. Even J.D. Vance seems to have shifted his position a bit on what's going on over there. And we're seeing a repositioning of what Europe is doing. And Ukraine has ramped up its domestic arms production. So there's a lot going on here. And to hear now Trump say the exact words here, this is also very significant. He says that it could be the downfall of Russia. Yeah. And this statement here, he says, I've always said Putin, he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. And maybe that's proving to be right. He hasn't always said that. That's not true. He's saying it now. He's saying it tonight. He says, but if he does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia. That's pretty strong language. So that has really, I think that's got to have the Kremlin on edge to some degree, but we'll see. Trump seems to, I don't know, change direction, sometimes 180 degrees, sometimes within hours, not just days. And then the response from the Kremlin, this also is telling. Emotional overload. That's the statement. That's how they're describing Trump's reaction to this massive attack. This is from next on X. Emotional overload. Kremlin responds cautiously to Trump's claim that Putin has lost his mind. The Kremlin played it safe after Donald Trump called Putin insane, with spokesperson Dmitry Peskov offering a diplomatic response. Sort of diplomatic. This is a very sensitive moment, obviously linked to emotional overload on all sides and to emotional reactions. We are closely monitoring all responses, he said politely. Behind the scenes, Russian officials are treading carefully with Trump, clearly afraid to provoke him. Medvedev and Zakharova, that's their media spokesperson, have reportedly been ordered to stay silent. Yeah, that's probably wise at this point. Meanwhile, Trump's threat of new sanctions wiped 100 billion rubles off the Russian market in just a few hours, the Moscow Times reports. This is far from over. Russian economy under increasing stress, rising interest rates, inflation. They've been in a wartime economy now for several years, and it's beginning to show strain. I think you're seeing, problems in some of their supply chains, some of their transportation chains. Their economy is under pressure, and increasing sanctions in a real way, not in the Biden sort of way where they had sanctions but they had ways to get around them. Yeah, it could have a significant impact, but in the end, there's clearly a determination here to just not give up. So it's far from over. What else do we have tonight for you? We have, man, we're just rocking and rolling here tonight, aren't we? With the stories. Let me take a little break. We'll come back. I'll reconvene on the other side of this.
Someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the Founding Fathers. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on Earth.
The entire world is watching.
Every dictator, every crazy dictator in the world is watching. The world is watching. On TV,
the entire world is watching.
On social media.
But the entire world is watching, and yes, they are seeing what we have apparently bravely been willing to say that others are thinking.
Stand for freedom. Literally stand for freedom. Let's get this done. The entire world is watching.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars.
Maverick News. Maverick News. Maverick News.
Let me have more control of my own destiny.
The world is watching. Maverick News. The world is watching.
So President Trump paid tribute to fallen service members at a Memorial Day ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery today. In an address that honored the great warriors, as he put it. It also briefly veered into politics during his address as he talked of a nation he is, quote, fixing after a long and hard 4 years. So this is Memorial Day, and it is one that presidents typically treat with pure solemnity. Trump began it with an all-caps Memorial Day social media post that attacked Biden and called federal judges who have blocked his deportation initiatives, quote, monsters who want our country to go to hell on Memorial Day. Now, at Arlington National Cemetery, which is in Northern Virginia, where more than 400,000 have been laid to rest, Trump commemorated the sacrifice of U.S. service members and then went on to single out a number of Gold Star families and recognize them. He said, we just reserve their incredible legacy. He said, we salute them in their eternal and everlasting glory, and we continue our relentless pursuit of America's destiny as we make our nation stronger, prouder, freer, and greater than ever before. I'll give you a brief clip here from his address today. And here we go.
Significant as we commemorate 250 years since the first American patriots fell on the field of battle. 2.5 centuries ago at Lexington Green, Concord Bridge, Bunker Hill, brave Minutemen and humble farm boys became the first to give their lives for a nation that did not yet have a name. with their deaths, men like John Brown, 23, Samuel Hadley, 28, and Abner Hosner, 21, ignited the flame of liberty that now lights the inspires everybody and the entire world. Those young men could never have known what their sacrifice would mean to us, but we certainly know what we owe to them. Their valor gave us the freest, greatest, and most noble republic ever to exist on the face of the earth, a republic that I am fixing after a long and hard 4 years. That was a hard 4 years we went through. Who would let that happen? People pouring through our borders unchecked, people doing things that are indescribable and not for today to discuss. But the republic that is now doing so very well, we're doing so very well right now, considering the circumstances, and will do record-setting better with time. We will do better than we've ever done as a nation, better than ever before, I promise you that. In every generation since, at Trenton and Yorktown, at Vicksburg and Shiloh, and in faraway places with names like Chateau, Terrari, Anzio, Iwo Jima, Quezon, Kandahar, really just a few chosen names, and these are names that have become so important on the altar of freedom. They plunged into the crucible of battle, stormed into the fires of hell, charged into the valley of death, and rose into the arms of angels. The sacrifice that they made was not merely for a single battle, a long ago victory, or a fleeting triumph, decades or centuries past. Their sacrifice was for today, tomorrow, and every morning thereafter. Every child that lives in peace, every home that is filled with joy and love, every day the Republic stands is only possible because of those who did what had to be done when duty called, and the cost was everything to them and to their families. Our debt to them is eternal, and it does not diminish with time. It only grows and grows and grows with each passing year. The greatest monument to their courage is not carved in marble or cast in bronze. It's all around us, an American nation, 325 million strong, which will soon be greater than it has ever been before. It will be.
Okay. Trump also released, the White House released this video, so I'll share this with you as well. And here we go.
These warriors picked up their mantle of duty and service, knowing that to live for others meant always that they might die for others. They gave everything, and we owe them everything and much, much more. Every Gold Star family fights a battle long after the victory is won, and today we lift you up and we hold you high. Our debt to them is eternal, and it does not diminish with time. It only grows and grows and grows with each passing year. The greatest monument to their courage is not carved in marble or cast in bronze. It's all around us, an American nation, 325 million strong. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving America the brightest light in your lives.
I'll be right back.
Greetings, brave mavericks. Our quest for truth continues. We go beyond fake news. Together we expose propaganda. Together we pull others out of rabbit holes. We are maverick thinkers. We are all unique individuals, defenders of individual rights and freedoms, credible, trusted, grounded in reality. Maverick News, Maverick News. Defending free speech, free speech. Donate at freedomreporters.com. Do it now. Tomorrow may be too late. Maverick News. The world is watching. Maverick News. Fighting for freedom.
Okay. So the House of Commons has a new speaker in Canada. For all our American viewers, you probably won't understand, but the new speaker led to his chair today by Andrew Scheer, the current interim leader of the Conservative Party, awaiting the return of Pierre Poilievre if he's able to win that by-election after losing his seat in the last election just about a week ago. So this is a tradition in Canada where new speakers are escorted to the chair by the leaders of the parties, and this is what happened here today. And this happens because, in days gone by, in yesteryear, a long time ago, being the Speaker of the House could actually be pretty dangerous. So this is a ceremonial thing. I'll just share it with you so that you can see how it's done. So this is Andrew Scheer and the Prime Minister, Mark Carney, leading the new Speaker to his chair today. Here we go. So that is Liberal MP Francis Scarpaleggia, who represents the Quebec riding of Lac Saint Louis, and he is the new Speaker of the House of Commons and will preside over what Prime Minister Mark Carney has told his caucus will be a very, very busy few weeks and months ahead. So good luck to them. The Speaker is supposed to be neutral in his role, and it's going to be a volatile time. Greg Fergus, of course, was Speaker when Parliament was dissolved earlier this year, and he is not coming back as the Speaker. And he was targeted pretty heavily by critics of the government at times for not being unbiased, for exhibiting partisanship at times. You can make your own assessment on that. And now here's this thing here. Have you seen the video of Emmanuel Macron president of France having his wife basically like give him like a smush in the face. It was a moment of real embarrassment for him. He I believe they were getting off a plane in Vietnam. The door opens and then this happens. Is this spousal abuse? I'm not sure. Let's take a look. You can... Door opens. That's his wife. And ow. And he's like, oh, hello. Entities with before that happened. At first, they denied this happened, and then they had to sort of change the story. So yeah, it's. Here, I'm going to roll that back a little bit. You know, let's watch the instant replay in slow motion. Here it is at 1/4 speed. Pow! Right in the kisser. No. The statement from Macron tonight is that they were just horsing around and they're trying to, you know, they're in damage control mode at this point. Yeah, they're just joking around, he says. Here, I'll show you the headlines. Here's CBC, but it's all over the world. What an embarrassing moment, man. Man. Macron says couple were just joking around. Brigitte Macron, the wife of France's president, appeared to push her husband away with both hands on his face just before they disembarked from their plane to start a tour of Southeast Asia. He dismissed the gesture caught on camera as just horseplay, but it caused a stir back home. Yeah, it says here, French media tried to decipher the interaction that cameras spotted through the just opened door of the plane. Yeah, I guess there's a 25-and-a-half-year age gap. I didn't realize it was that much. They were married back in 2007. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this... What does this say? Do you think they were just horsing around, or was she upset with him? Tinkerbell says, not joking. Dragon says he ended up with a knock eye. I don't know. I just don't know. It's a good thing it wasn't the other way around, or he'd be done. If that was him putting his hand on her face like that, he'd be done like dinner tonight. That would be the end of Macron. But no, not this. So, not good PR. Now, that gets us right up here to the top of the hour. And tonight, folks, I am actually going to cut things just a little bit short for a bunch of reasons, not the least of which is I'm exhausted. It's been, a long number of days and a lot of investigative work, as you know, from the past few days, really getting into digging up real facts, real information. And it's been long, long hours. A lot of time went into that. So I am just about burned right out, and I need to address some other things here tonight as well. So that being said, I am going to wrap things up here tonight. If you are so inclined, and I could really use some support right now to cover some of these bills, you can support the work that we're doing here by donating at freedomreporters.com. That's the PayPal link. You just type that in the URL and it takes you to the PayPal page. And yeah, if you donate $10 or more tonight, I'll send you the latest Maverick and the News Brothers 10-song album collection as a gesture of appreciation. And you can also e-transfer to support the channel at rw581@aol.com. If you do use e-transfer, please complete the security question and assign the answer or note to be the word Maverick, all lowercase. That way we will know what the answer to the question is, and we can complete the transaction. The bank requires that to happen because it does go into a business account for proper accounting, because we do pay our taxes and keep track of everything. So really appreciate that. Thank you for your past support. Thank you for the ongoing support. Thank you for being here tonight. And we'll keep you updated tomorrow too, and look ahead to tomorrow as King Charles III delivers the speech from the throne, a historic day for Canada. Strange tonight to have the King visiting Canada on Memorial Day. Symbolic? Maybe. A turn of fate? Perhaps. We'll also update the horrific attack in Britain for you tomorrow. And bring you all the top news stories of the day. That being said, I will leave you with this for tonight as we look ahead to tomorrow. Catch you all 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on the flip side.
Didn't pick this fight, but here it came. Now I wanna play in a trader's game. They sell us out for a tax cut deal. Shake his hand while they rob and steal. They call us blind, they call us weak, but they're the ones on their knees to the thief. Wave our flag while they burn it down, marching to the sound of a tyrant's crown. They ain't patriots, they're bought and sold. Trade our land for American gold. Singing his tune, dancing his way, but they'll cry for Canada when it's too late. Yeah. Trump traitors, selling us out, burning our home for a tax break now. They stand with the wolves, spit on the brave, but they'll beg for Canada when it's in its grave. They talk real tough, but they bow real low, licking his boots while they put on a show. They chant his name, raise their fists up high, while the real ones fight to keep us alive. They don't fight fair, they twist the truth, say they're the future, but they kill the roots. They laugh now, but watch them run when the north wind howls and justice comes. Traitors, selling us out, burning our home for a tax break now. They stand with the wolves, spit on the brave, but they'll beg for Canada when it's in its grave. One day soon the tide will turn, and traitors pay when the fires burn. No statues raised, no banners flown, just names in dust where the traitors roam.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.